Hello everybody, how are you all today? Today is going to be kind of a different video. I used to do these back in the day with Paragon, and I thought I'd just give it a shot with Predecessors here. So I'm playing Khaimera in the jungle. Khaimera is pretty good in this game here, and I kind of wanted to show it off. I also wanted to talk about the pros and cons to the game in general, how it feels, how it looks, how the gameplay is, and how the evolution of leveling up and the whole XP grind and all that. I just wanted to kind of get into it. If you notice, the video in the background is kind of heavily, or I wouldn't say heavily, it's moderately cut down to kind of get rid of the lull in the game, to kind of get to the low points and just show the fights, the kind of grinding. And then I put some of the build crafting in there too, just so you guys can see it. So thank you everybody so much for watching. Yeah, and let's get straight into it. So I first should just talk about the pros. Let's start with how the game looks. I don't know if you guys played this before, but the game looks incredible. And I'm not just talking about the visuals. The map looks beautiful, the minions look great, the animations are amazing. Sometimes when you play in like early access, closed alpha games, even open beta games, you know, that fluidity of animations and mechanics and all that don't look that good. They polished that out to a T, man. They didn't rush anything with this game, and it really does show. There are a couple odds and ends here that don't look that good, like two Khaimeras can jump at each other at the same time, and you'll probably see that a little bit later in this video. I think it does happen, but overall it looks really good. I know there's I'm not gonna say the other game that is very similar to this one. The sound of autos are really bad, and it feels like it has a slight delay, and the travel time in that one is very hard to get used to. The game doesn't look polished, things like that. I can't say anything about this one. I mean, down to the buffs look great. I mean, you show the effect of the buff on you for a lot of them too, with the shield one and everything like that. So all the visuals look amazing in this game. The audio is really good. The volumes of like the ambient noise to the auto attacks to the jumps and all of the ability sounds and everything are pretty balanced too. You know, you can actually hear people stepping and things like that too. I've noticed that the minion aggro is pretty good. They do tend to aggro you when you step away pretty far. And I think that's a small detail that we can kind of overlook until the game gets a little bit more polished. But overall, the aggro for minions and everything like that's pretty good. Jungle minions have a lot of health, but they don't do that much damage depending on what, I think they're not relics. I can't remember exactly what they call them in this game, but the effects of those are really good too. So we talked about the visual, 9 out of 10 honestly. The audio is very good. The mechanics of the game, you can break them down between you know, the effects of abilities and the autos of carries and everything in between is very good. There's a couple odds and ends. Like I said, the Khaimera jumps at the same time. The Rampage jump doesn't feel that good. But I mean, everything, to the roots, to the stuns, they all feel very good. I'm very happy with everything in this game. So we talked about the visual effects, the audio, the mechanics. We talked about the abilities and all that. I think overall it's very good. I wanted to break down the item shop a little bit, and I wanted to talk about the progression throughout early to mid to late game too. The item shop is a little bit up in the air for me, but overall I'm not a big fan of the layout. I do really like the fact that they break down every single resource that you can buy in the item shop, and you can actually click on each one and filter out what you need. I really like that a lot, and it's right there, plain to see, really easy to build craft from that. I'm not a big fan of the whole pyramid-shaped item shop. I don't like how there are a lot of the same early game cards that you can buy that lead to 1 or 2 late game items. I'm more a fan of like the upside down pyramid style, where there's, one or two or three different early game items that you can buy, and that can evolve to many different late game builds. So there's more variety and versatility in your builds instead of kind of branching off into that early game with buying a bunch of different random little builds and items that eventually go into the same item. I hope that makes sense. It's kind of hard to explain when you have no visuals, but I want one early game card that will evolve to many different late game cards instead of the other way around, which they do. I think if they did it that way, there would be a lot more versatility and variety in different builds late game, and late game I'm going to talk about in this game a lot, so be prepared for that. So I'm actually going to pop up a little video of the item shop here to kind of give you an example of what I'm talking about. So on the right hand side here, you have 3 of those pendants that give you health, right? Or 2 of the pendants and 1 of the little needle things. And then you buy 3 of those and that give you those 2 items and then the one on the right. And then those 3 items give you the Remnant of Renewal. Instead, you should buy 1 of the little pendants, and then that 1 pendant can evolve to the 2 items, and then those 2 items can evolve to 2 more items. That gives you variety of build in the late game. I hope that kind of clears up any confusion or anything like that, but the item shop is good. The items themselves have a lot of variety, and the passives are very unique and entertaining to have and everything like that. But late game, I feel like there's not going to be as much variety as if they did it another way. But if we compare this item shop to early game Paragon, and I think it was V42, that is leagues ahead. The 6 card with the 60 power in general, that was a very stagnant build type. It was very fun, and you can kind of build your own card deck itself, and that was very entertaining. And I think that had a lot of possibilities. But then you get into V42 where you only have 3 slots, and each card was just over the top unique, and they kind of just killed the game with that because there was only a certain amount of builds that you could do, and they didn't really buff the bad cards. They didn't do a whole lot of that. So this item shop compared to that item shop, leaves ahead. Like, everything is so good compared to that. But I just feel like the stagnant late game, you will see that over time with this kind of item shop. I forgot to mention too, when I was going over the pros of heroes and everything like that, I feel like the balance too is pretty good. There are some outliers. Grux, for example, has too many stuns, and he's just overpowered as shit, man. Honestly, he's very good. But other than that, everybody seems pretty balanced. I like how they give you a blink off the joint. You don't even have to buy it. Like, it's just in there. It's really cool. And nobody's like truly overpowered or anything. So yeah. Oh, you see that double jump on each other right there? That's what I was talking about. Other than that though, I think everybody's pretty balanced. Like examples right here, 2 different builds. I am more of a cruiser Khaimera that can frontline a little bit more for my team, and that guy is just going straight damage, and he was able to melt me. And he's going to be good early game, but I might be a little bit better late game. So that just all depends on build ready. And I think that's a very balanced game right now. So I think the main thing why I wanted to make this video is the, progression between early game to mid game to late game, getting that XP enough to, win the game, lose the game, whatever. So if you can look at this right now and just kind of notice a few different things. I'm level 11 at 21 minutes into the game. And, that right there is not good. I have 2 full cards with my relic, I think they call it, I can't remember, and then 1 little bow that's a starting bow, right? So right there's a problem. Most MOBAs, and I'm speaking generally, but most MOBAs, it's a level a minute. But some can be, a little bit little bit less than that. So usually how it breaks down is, 1 to 10 minutes is your early game, 10 minutes to 20 minutes is your mid game, and then once you hit that 30-minute mark, like you should be level 20, and that's a slow mode too, right there. That is a very slow mode. 30 minutes into the game, finally hitting full build. Usually it's like 20 to 25 minutes into the game, you're level 20, you're full build, and one push can win the game, right? But this is 34 minutes of the game. I'm level, I can't even see it if it's level 16 or 18 or whatever. That's crazy, man. Like, games can go to 40 minutes and you'll finally hit level 20 and be full build. I think that's a reasonably easy fix to do. All you have to do is, raise the speed and get per minion kill, per hero kill. If you get, on a killing spree, you can get a little bit more XP, and if you kill the person with the killing spree, you can get a little bit more XP than that. I think that's a pretty easy fix, but it's a huge problem with the game. Like, it makes the late game non-existent, and the rest of the game is just mid-game. I'm finally almost full build here, level 18, 35 minutes of the game, and that just does make it fun. So I really just wanted to mention that there needs to be, more gold and more XP per kill, and maybe bring the power down a little bit because, level 15, you're 4-tapping a squishy. So they're just, that needs to be fixed. That needs to be a little bit changed. But anyways, we lost this game, that last fight. Don't know why. I was 11-5. I feel like I did alright. 250 minion kills. Not bad. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that, and I just wanted to talk to you about this game because it's really fun. It has a lot of potential, but that XP is just killing me, man. So thank you everybody so much for watching. I love you all. I'll talk to you later. Peace.